Why is it possible to bet thousands of dollars on one football match and only dozens on another? What are small markets and big markets in sports betting, and what market you should choose for your bets? You are watching the Expected Score channel. Today we will discuss the question of bookmakers' markets. All bettors know bookmakers permit players to bet different amounts of money on various football matches and various types of bets. The limits depend on the kind of football event. For example, in some bookmakers, you can bet on the Champions League final even $100,000. But if you want to bet on a, for example, Tanzanian League match, you cannot bet more than $100 or $200. Why? The point is simple. The Tanzanian Football League is not popular. You cannot watch the Tanzanian matches on TV just as there are the games from non-popular football championships. Your favorite football team is not the Tanzanian League team or another non-popular team. Because of these reasons, only a few non-professional players will bet on the Tanzanian football match. That is why bets on the Tanzanian football match cannot gather lots of money from non-professional players. Non-professional bettors are not interested in those matches, while professional bettors make their bets only when they find a positive ROI. And that is why bookmakers cannot permit to bet a lot of money on non-popular sports events. Move on to one more reason for the different limits for different events. Professional bettors do not bet on all the matches and all the outcomes. They can bet only on those matches where they found a positive ROI. But bookmakers must provide the line on each game and check each moment of the match for live bets. It turns into a problem for bookmakers. They provide a line on a non-popular football match but cannot attract non-professional players, who, as you remember, are not interested in those matches. And when the bookmaker provides high limits on non-popular matches, he will attract professional bettors who, of course, will make their bets with positive ROI. As a result, the money of professional bettors will not meet the money of non-professional players on the opposite side, and the bookmaker will lose. So, increasing the limits, bookmakers, as a result, play against the pool of professional bettors. And in this case, bookmakers will lose almost every time because professional bettors bet only with positive ROI and skip the matches with negative ROI. That is why bookmakers, providing the limits on a football match, guide over the amount of money from the non-professional players. All the limits on football events depend on the popularity of a match among the non-professional players. So, according to this information, the Tanzanian Championship in sports betting is the small market. The other non-popular leagues are also small markets. You cannot bet a lot of money on the matches from small markets. The limits that bookmakers provide on those events are too low. All popular championships and sports events such as APL, Serie A and others are big markets. Here you can bet a lot of money, even thousands of dollars on each bet. The limits on the matches from big markets are high, and for some cases they are extremely high. So you got an idea of small markets and big markets. The more non-professional players bet on a match, the higher be the limits that bookies provide. What kind of markets should choose non-professional players? You may have an opinion that big markets suit you better, but it's wrong. Of course, in big markets you can earn more money thanks to the high limits. Also, there are many non-professional players in big markets. But you should take into account that big markets attract not only non-professional players. In big markets also bet many professional bettors with the big bankrolls and advanced betting models. The pool of players who bet on the matches with low limits, the players in small markets, includes some non-professional players and some half-professional bettors. Professional players who can find the high ROI and have the bankroll skip these markets. That is why it's much easier to earn money in small markets. And that is why all the players who are just starting their career in professional sports betting should pay attention to the small markets. Forget about the big markets unless you start earning money in small markets. There is only one exception which allows you to bet on big markets. You can bet on big markets only on the opening line in the first several minutes. So, if you are a new player, you should bet on small markets. Also, you can bet on big markets, but only on the opening line. Note: in big markets, you can bet only on the first several minutes of the opening line. If you have noticed that the odds are still the same during the several hours after the opening line, it's nevertheless not the opening line. The odds have not changed because professional bettors have not found positive ROI. But this statement applies only to big markets, where you can bet several $1,000s on the outcome. In small markets, the odds can stay the same and unchangeable even for a few days. The high ROI can also be there for a few days. These markets are not interesting for professional bettors. They won't spend their time analyzing small markets. But non-professional bettors didn't know how to find positive ROI. That is why you can make bets on a small market later than on the opening line. There are no bettors who check the ROI on these markets. Choose the markets according to your knowledge and level and make your bets as a professional. If you want to get more information about professional betting, visit our website expectedscore.com and our free sports betting school. You will find the link in the description below. Subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get our new videos and to become a professional sports bettor.